All right, Finn. Final song in the shuffle. What do we got up for mathematics?
Yo fam, the final song in the Mathematics Shuffle is Wu-Tang Clan, Lesson Learned from the album The Saga Continues, released in 2017.
So, not a sample.
Not a sample.
Get the fuck out of here.
And you know what? This is when I knew I had it.
Yeah.
This particular song, when I made this one, I said, I got it.
Because you knew that this sounds like it is off of a dirty record from like 1978.
Yes, I brought in the, and you got to bring in your singers. You got to bring in your singers to do, even just the,
Yeah.
James Brown made that,
The grunt.
Yeah. Make that famous. So, sometimes that's all it needs, or it just need a voice sometimes, and just the whole flow of everything. But no, it's not a sample.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this stage in time, we're flashing forward, outside of the most recent song that we did. This is probably the newest that we've listened to in this selection. And again, like the Wu-Tang journey has been so many dips and dives and turns and lefts and rights. And so when I hear this, it's like, wow, this is really like kind of the classic sound that like, I think a lot of people were really looking for, that people were, seeking and maybe hadn't been getting in recent releases. Like, was that a factor in your head? Did you sort of see that as?
Nah, not at that time. At that time, I was just trying to create.
Yeah.
And trying to, I'm always trying to get better. So even like a joint like People Say, right?
Yeah.
Now, that one right there, that's what taught me. It taught me a lesson.
What do you mean? How so?
It taught me a lesson because I didn't sample it. That's totally replayed. But I did my due diligence on a song, and the song was public domain. But then I got sued for it.
You got sued for a public domain song?
Yeah, I got sued. Yeah.
Exactly.
How does that work? But you know what? You have to answer anytime somebody brings something.
You need to go to court.
Yeah, you got to go through
a lawyer
process.
Say, Your Honor, this does not.
Yeah, you got to go through the whole process. I had to go to I took myself. I went to the library of congressional, the joint with the music.
Yeah.
And went through searching everything.
Right.
Just to, at the end of the day, I could say I could have won the case 100%, but it would have been more draining.
Right.
So, but I had so much pressure on them that, I settled.
Sure.
But when I settled, because they knew I was in the right.
Right.
I got 100% ownership of the song.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it was still a win for me at the end of the day. But that's when I said, you know what? Even though I'm not sampling it, I can't do replays.
Like an interpolation or anything.
Yeah. Unless it's something that I did or that I made or something. You know what I mean? Other than that, I can't do it because, lesson learned was me. So nobody can come back and be like, yo, no, you took this one. No.
I still am tripping over all this because
find the record.
Yeah, exactly.
and that's what we used to do, right? When we used to chop up samples, it was a sport to us. Our whole thing was to create something out of something that already existed, and to have people running around trying to find out, where you get this sample from.
Right.
Nowadays technology will break it down for you.
Yes.
Because I had no idea where Havoc got Shook Ones from. And
that was one of the biggest mysteries that just got revealed recently.
But I'm sure he didn't reveal it. I'm pretty sure it was AI that broke it down and deciphered it.
There was another one that just got revealed earlier last year. I'm blanking out, but it was one of those holy grail that like I can't believe. Oh, it was Crooklyn Dodgers.
Oh,
the Q-Tip Crooklyn Dodgers.
Q-Tip is a beast.
Q-Tip's a beast, but that was for so long. That was one of those. It's like, well, we're gonna learn a lot in our lives, but we're never gonna know what this sample was. And somebody like did a remake of it on YouTube, and like, wow. I don't know, how does that make you feel? Do you geek out, or do you feel like it's like we're uncovering things that weren't meant to be uncovered?
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
The second one.
Yeah. I mean, hey, listen, it's a sport, it's a game, it's fair game. Do I like it? No. You know what I mean? Because, even when I seen the Havoc one, I was amazed. Like, wow, that's dope. But at the same time, I was like, why did somebody do that?
Right. Two things can be true. You can be like, wow, this is amazing that I know this, but like, it kind of makes it a little less it's like learning that Santa isn't real. Like, you know, that changes your whole perspective, and like you're like,
yeah. And what Havoc did on that was crazy. It just like from the pitching of it and this pause and I'm like, why did they do that? It's like, come on. But that's part of why now it takes me longer to make beats, because now I'm doing it and I'm just creating from, you know, and trying to make something sound like a sample.
Right.
And still have like that, the depth to it, because that's what made the sample so ill.
Right.
It's so warm. And so, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All the little elements.